Right, it's time to do my nails, isn't it? So I've taken off my right hand already. Well, I've filed them down. As you can see, they're very outgrown. I've taken the crystals off. My thumb I had to soak off because I had a lot of lifting on that where I was opening things all the time. But my left hand, I'm going to file down. I'm sorry if you can hear this noise. Hang on, let me just bring my microphone over. Not sure if you could hear that, but that's my crackle wick candle, and I've got it on in the background because it smells nice. I'm just chilling out. So I'm using my Melodysusie E-file, and I am just removing the Madame Glam gel polish from the top, and then I will debulk the nail so that because I'm not just doing an infill, I'm doing a complete redesign. So I'm going to file these down to a really thin base. Now the tips I've used are actually the Pro Stiletto tips because they are the most versatile. So out of all the tips that we sell, the Pro Stilettos are incredibly versatile because obviously you can do a stiletto. You can also cut them down and they make the perfect coffin nail because they don't have a super deep C curve on them, and coffin nails, as we know, are flatter. And then you can also switch them really nicely into an almond shape. And if you don't take them in too fine and you just add a little bit more product, you can get away with them looking square as well. So they are incredibly versatile, and they tend to be what I reach for, especially for salon length designs. So as you can see, I'm just taking down the previous acrylic, which was from Euphoria Nail Systems. And I've had these on for just coming up for a month, and apart from my thumb on my right hand and my index finger, I hurt myself. That was an accident I had, but my thumb was the only nail with like significant lifting, and on my left hand it was almost nothing at all. It was fantastic. The adhesion of that product is fantastic. I know that there are many factors that go into nails staying on, so you need a good product. You also need good prep. And I'll talk you through that as well in a minute, but I would recommend trying Euphoria Nail Systems if you haven't. I'll put a link in the description box. I have a discount code. I don't make any money from that code, but you know, if you do use it, you save money, and it lets them know that you've come over from my channel. So yeah, just going to carry on and do that on the rest of the nails. I won't bore you by showing you every single one. So I've done that, and I've just tidied up the shape a little bit with a hand file. And I'm now going to prep. I'm using my Alina Cuticle pusher. This isn't my branded one. This is my tester one that I had a year before I released the branded ones, because my branded one was at work, at the shop, and I did these nails at home. So yes, they're still going strong. But this is my new tool. This is the scraper. So it will remove all that non-living tissue that's kind of stuck in the corners and around the edges. And this is the key to good prep, is getting rid of that non-living tissue. If you don't get rid of it, you will have lifting 100% of the time. If you do not remove that product, you will get lifting. So invest in good quality tools that are not going to trash your nails, and just take care with your prep. Slow your roll with the prep work. I've got an advanced prep course if it helps. It's very budget friendly. And it's quite an old one. I should update it really. My method's still the same. It's just now I use my own tools. I'm also just going to go in quickly with a couple of cuticle bits just to make sure that we are fully pushing everything back and revealing all of that juicy nail plate to work on. As you can see, I go in one side, then I go in the other side, then I use a bally bit, and I just remove any kind of dead bits and dry skin and excess non-living tissue. I didn't need to nip anything, and I don't like to if I don't have to, because it's not necessary all the time, and I certainly don't want to risk causing any infections by over-cutting, because that's not healthy. So I'm just using the bally bit, and you see there's a couple of little hangy bits. We'll just get rid of them. Gone. Nice and easy. This was actually a really smooth set. My right hand is only just, I've laid the acrylic, but it haven't been filed yet, so that's why they look a bit and not very shiny, because they've just got the freshly laid acrylic on. So isn't it nice to be back doing this? I did have a blinding headache the day after from sitting with my neck leaning forwards, but it's okay. As long as I don't do it too much, I can cope with it. There we go. Right, so let's have a little tidy up. We're going to dehydrate. Obviously I've gone over it with my hand file just to give it a little rough up. Nothing too much. You don't need to scratch the living daylights out of your nails. I'm using the Euphoria Nails Primer. If you've got a good system, you will not have to upset your nail plate too much. If you're having to literally destroy your nail plate in order for your acrylic to lay and sit and stay on, change systems. It's unnecessary. You want your nails underneath to be healthy. So they're primed. Now we're changing, we're not using clear, we're changing to nude. So, oh, look at the background change. Yes, girl. I'm using Euphoria Nails Peachy Punch. I know it's more of a summery one, but I really like it. Suits my skin tone. And also Crystal, which is the clear. The glitter I'm using is from Smiley's Glitter Store, and it's called Bedazzled Blue. And it's holographic and beautiful. And it's a really good sapphire colour. I'm using Euphoria Nails Monomer. And I'm going to be featuring the brand new mix from Alina Crystals as well, which is my crystal brand. Hello! So yes, I'm going in with Peachy Punch. Going to apply it at the cuticle. As always, I use the tip of my brush to tuck it in and the middle to move. So tip to tuck, middle to move. Just very light movements. This product flows stunningly, like butter. Absolutely gorgeous. And I'm just going to kind of blend it out towards the tip. I'll add a bit more because my free edge is under there where my nails have grown out. So I will add a bit more just to kind of fade that out a bit because it's ugly. I hate it when the nails grow out underneath. I hate it, but I also hate the feeling of turning the nails over and using an E-file underneath. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. It makes my knees go funny and my toes curl up. I don't like the feeling. I think I'm scared I'm going to turn my hypernicum into mincemeat, so I just don't bother with it. So we'll just fade that out there, nice and easy. And then we're going to pick up a tiny bead of clear acrylic and dip it into the glitter. Pop it on the nail. There we go. Kind of mix it in. And then just use the tip of your brush really gently and in a flat motion. So quite often when I was starting out, I used to tip my brush up, so I was like pointing it into the acrylic, and all I did was just dig holes, basically. So using that middle underneath of your brush, the soft part towards the tip, is really good for feathering and moving product around. By the way, thank you so much for all the support and all the love and all the kind messages. I really appreciate it. It's sort of kept me going when I felt a little bit sorry for myself. And slowly but surely, I am getting the new product ranges onto the website, which are not nail related, and I appreciate that they're not nail related, but they are totally related to pampering yourself and your loved ones. So, you know, it's all good. And I'm damn sure I'm not building another website. Like, no, it's torture. There we go. We're just going to feather it out and ombre that glitter from the tip right back up. And I did that on all the nails apart from the ring finger. So I'll do exactly the same as this on the other nails. And then on the ring finger, I'll show you, I'm just going to do a full nail of Peachy Punch. Now, you guys know I was like the not one bead queen. Just never did them. I couldn't get my ratio down. But I seem to be able to do it with this product. It just works for me. And I find it very easy. So, yeah, interesting, isn't it? How when you kind of find what you work well with, that it all comes together. And not the same system for everybody. It's taken me a long time to find something. So, or you think you find it, and then maybe their product changes or their formula changes, and you're like, oh, why do I feel like I'm back to being a newbie again? And it's not you, it's just that the product's changed. So right now, I am very happy. There we are. We'll just tap that, keep that shape going. Lovely. I think I went in and added a little bit more. And when I was filing, I looked at that nail and I went, damn, she's thick. I don't know why I added more. I think it was fear of, have I done it all in one bead, you know? Very strange. But yeah, there we are. Okay, so I've done all the other glitter ombres. I'm going to moisten that nail with a tiny bit of monomer so we don't get any risk of bubbles or lack of adhesion or anything like that. It's just a little tip. Let that monomer flow in and around the glitter, and then we're going to cap. So I'm going in with a bead of crystal. I'm going to tap the back of that bead really gently with the tip of my brush just to blend it down, making sure I pay attention to whether I need an apex in there or not. They're not long nails, they don't need a humongous apex or anything like that. Just a nice balance. I had to briefly stop them because the door went. So yes, I'm just smoothing that all the way down. And I don't know what I said in my last bit because I haven't gone back to check. But make sure you check your nail at all angles. That's really important, because otherwise you may have more acrylic on one side than the other. You need to sort of look down the barrel. You need to look side to side profile. It's all these things you get used to. And if you're working on other clients as well, I always, this is during filing, turn their hand to face me, as if the back of their hand is facing me and the palm is facing them. And it just helps. It really, really helps. So yeah, I'll infill all those, not infill. I'll cap all those and then file, and now we're on to bling. And this is the Sapphire Mini mix. Now the whole reason I'm doing mini mixes is because things are changing economically for people, and I think it's important. Hello Bear, that's the kitten. I think it's important to acknowledge that people may not be able to purchase a big crystal mix, so we're making mini mixes. What's the matter? He's very vocal. He will talk to you all day, this cat. Come on then, come and sit with Mummy. You've had your chicken. He only eats chicken or biscuits. What? Are you being silly? Yeah, you are. Well, you are. I do love him, he's cute. So as you can see, I'm using Alina Bling Bond to adhere the crystals to the filed nail. And the selection is, let me remember, 134 crystals. There's SS4 right up to SS16, and then there's a bunch of shapes as well. So it's a really, really good selection, but it's not huge because, well, we know that it takes a while to get through a crystal mix, and we felt it was important to offer a smaller mix that's more budget friendly. So it's less than £6. There you go. Have it. Bosh. What? Oh, Bear. Do you want to say hello in the microphone? Hang on, say hi. No? Oh, don't hit it. No, don't. I'm so sorry. R.I.P. headphone users, but my cat tried to eat the microphone. Anyway, once those crystals are set in place, I'm going to use some caviar beads with a little bit of builder gel to set them in place, and pop them under my lamp for 60 seconds to make sure they're all cured nicely. I really feel like caviar beads do set off a design, but I hate them at the same time. Like, they're not fun to use, they're annoying, but they are beautiful. If you struggle with crystal placement, I've got a course for that. That should be my say. I should just walk around in a t-shirt saying I've got a course for that. But I do, and it's budget friendly. I'm trying to do things that everyone can access, because there are so many courses and brands that are just so overpriced that you can't access them, and it's frustrating, and I just don't think that's fair. I mean, you know, try and make things affordable. You've got to try, haven't you? So there we go. I think it looks beautiful, and I've had lots of compliments today about my nails. So we're going to go ahead and top coat. I'm using Madam Glam's No Wipe Top Coat, and we're just going to shimmy that up near the cuticle, and down she goes. And look at that glitter. Oh my god, like absolutely stunning, absolutely gorgeous. If you look at our Alina Crystals TikTok, you will see that my cat, actually one of the kittens, knocked over a whole great big pot of the mojito glitter mix that I had made up, ready to put into bags. He knocked the whole lot over, and it had to go up the vacuum cleaner because it's contaminated. So yeah, that was annoying. but satisfying to watch the video. Like really like eyegasm satisfying. Oh, I love watching top coat as well. I should have zoomed in more. So pretty. Do you know what? I'm loving it. I've got a Baltic Amber and Clove candle on. It's one of my favourite fragrances. And it's getting dark outside. It's raining. It's stormy. And the crackle wick's on. Oh, it's just so autumnal. I love this time of year so much. Okay, now I'm going to use Velvet Matte Top Coat on the crystal now to make them pop. So I'm going to use a small brush and just go around the crystals. Don't go over them. Please don't go over your crystals. Please, 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 please. It will ruin them because they're facets, aren't they? The light bounces off the facets in the crystal to make them sparkle. If we cover it, then no more bouncy, bouncy light. Just looks like someone's stuck a boiled sweet on you now, which is never good. And then after that, they had a nice cure. I forgot to put cuticle oil on before showing you the final little video. So they are without cuticle oil, and I apologise for the dry cuticles, but here you are. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that nice? Check out the website. I'll put links for all the products below, and I'll see you in my next one. Tally bye!